I did what I had to do. I literally had no other choice. This whole situation started when we were dispatched to a welfare check of an elderly woman. It was called in by one of her friends. She claimed she hadn't seen or heard from her in a few days. She stated the woman lived alone and had no family to check on her, and she wanted to be sure she was in good health. My partner and I responded just like we did to any call. A few jokes on the way to the scene to ease any tension that may be headed our way.
Maybe you can keep her company. Lord knows that you need someone in your life.
My partner said with a slight laugh. Yeah, dealing with you every day can lead to depression. It would be nice to have someone to complain to. When we arrived to the house, it didn't look run down. The lawn was well maintained. The porch light worked. It actually seemed kind of cozy. Reminded me of my grandmother's house. We approached the door and gave an easy knock. Hello, this is the police. If anyone is home, can you please answer the door? Just conducting a welfare check. No response, so I knocked again. Ma'am, this is the police. We received a call. Just want to make sure you're doing okay. I was just about to contact dispatch when the door slowly opened. Peering from around the corner was an elderly woman. Ma'am, are you the owner of the house?
Yes, I sure am,
she said with a sweet smile. We were dispatched to perform a welfare check on you. Your friend said she hasn't heard from you in a while and just wanted to make sure you were safe.
Oh yes dear, I'm fine. Just couldn't figure out this damn phone, so I haven't been able to get in touch with anyone.
Oh, I see. What's wrong with the phone? Maybe I can help.
Well, it's new and I can't seem to get it to work like my old one. It's a bit chilly out. Can you boys please come in so we can all warm up? I'll grab my phone from the kitchen.
It was a warm night, so I thought it was a bit strange. I shot a quick look at my partner, but he just shrugged. I motioned to my partner to enter the house. I just wanted to lend a helping hand. When we entered, there was a strong scent. I couldn't put my finger on it. A candle, I thought. I wasn't sure. We made our way to the kitchen, and just as we passed the threshold, we heard what sounded like a bell. It was coming from upstairs. I know my partner heard it too, because when I looked at him, he stopped dead in his tracks. We heard it at the same time, not sure what it was, and believing the woman to be alone, I asked what the noise was.
Well, what noise, dear? Here is this pain in the neck phone.
She held it out, waiting for me to take it. Just before I grabbed it, she pulled it back.
Would you gentlemen like something to eat or drink?
No thank you, ma'am. I'll just help you with the phone and we will be on our way.
It's so lonely here, though. Please stay.
Footsteps, above us, running. I looked at the woman. Ma'am, are you here alone?
Well, we're never really alone, are we?
I looked at my partner and he had already taken out his firearm. Without any more hesitation, I withdrew mine. Who else? Before I could finish, the elderly woman took off in a sprint. She ran straight out of the kitchen to the next room. I took off running after her. At that moment, there was a scream from upstairs, a cry for help.
Go after her. You find out what the hell is going on.
My partner yelled as he sprinted for the staircase. I walked into the living room to find the woman sitting on the couch. Facing away from me, I held my gun to her. Don't move. I need you to tell me what is happening.
We have just been so desperate for some company,
she said, still facing away from me. I could hear yelling coming from upstairs. Muffled, but I was able to make out just enough.
Police, don't fucking move!
You should check your friend, dear.
I slowly began to back away. I had my gun drawn on the old woman still. I yelled up without taking my eyes off of her. Partner, you good?
No, he isn't.
The old woman said slowly. Gunshots rang out. Not from my gun, from upstairs. A flurry of them. I ran up the stairs. My partner needed me. We needed to get the fuck out. Just as I reached the top, I saw him. He was fine. Not a scratch on him, not a worried look on his face. Gun in his holster. What the hell happened? You good?
I'm good, brother. Shadow's playing tricks on me is all. Let's get out of here and call this in.
He didn't seem right. There were gunshots. I heard his yelling. Shadows. He was blaming him discharging his firearm on Shadows. When we returned downstairs, the woman was nowhere to be found. We searched the entire property right after we called it in. Our supervisors arrived a few minutes later. They told us we needed to make statements, give our account of what happened. We would have to return to the precinct. They separated us when we got there. All procedure. They needed to make sure our stories matched up. I said exactly what happened, from the call we received from dispatch to the old woman needing help with her phone. I didn't leave out any details. After telling my side of the story, I wanted to check on my partner. I walked into the lobby and he was nowhere to be found. I saw my supervisor reviewing some paperwork, so I went over and asked, "Hey boss, any idea where he went?"
Yeah, said his body cam fell off in the chaos. We need the footage, so I sent him and another officer back to the scene to get it.
No, that wasn't right. I saw it on him. It was on his chest when I went to check on him. Something was wrong. I hopped in my personal car and floored it. My tires scraped against the curb as I pulled up to the house. I saw the sector car they came in. They were already inside. I took out my gun and headed to the front door. Porch lights off. Something ominous hung over the house. The door was slightly ajar, so I pushed it open the rest of the way. Before I could make any sort of announcement, I heard it again. A bell.
I can always count on you to have my back.
I heard my partner's voice. Everything okay? Where are you guys?
It's just me, buddy. Come upstairs.
My instinct took over. I knew I had to clear out downstairs before I made any motion towards the staircase. I went room by room, clearing it the best I could. I stepped deeper into the hallway, gun raised, and that was when I saw him, the officer that accompanied my partner, or what was left of him. He was slumped against the baseboard like he'd collapsed mid-run. His legs were twisted underneath him, one shoe missing, his fingers curled into the carpet like he'd tried to dig himself forward. His eyes were open, wide, unblinking, staring at something that wasn't here anymore. His throat, Jesus. I dropped to a knee beside him before my brain caught up with what I was seeing. Training took over. I began to check for a pulse. My fingers brushed his neck. Cold, so cold. And then, a whisper, right against my ear. Close enough that I felt the warmth of breath that was not mine.
Don't look at him. Look at me.
The voice rang, my partner's cadence layered with something deeper, something inhuman. I spun around so fast I almost slipped on blood, gun raised, finger tight on the trigger. Nobody. Empty hallway. No movement. Just my own heartbeat punching through my ribs. For half a second, I let myself breathe. Footsteps. Pounding. Upstairs. Coming down the stairwell in a dead sprint. Not one pair. More. Like multiple people rushing at once. I stepped back, gun up again. And then he hit me. My partner came out of the shadows at the bottom of the staircase, moving faster than any person I'd ever seen. His hand clamped around my throat before I could even shout. One arm, just one, lifting me off the ground like I weighed nothing. His eyes weren't his. They were wrong. Dilated, unfocused. Black in the middle like something was staring through him. I clawed at his wrist, feet kicking against the air. Spots filling my vision as he leaned in too close. Growls vibrating with something that wasn't human. Then, he threw me. My body tore through the doorway and slammed across the kitchen floor. My shoulder cracking against a cabinet hard enough to knock the wind from my lungs. I gasped, choked, tried to get to my knees. His shadow spilled across the kitchen tiles before he did. Slow steps, heavy, not rushed like before, deliberate like each one was being chosen for him. I tried to steady the barrel of my gun, but my shoulder screamed and the sights bobbed with every shaky breath. I pressed myself against the cabinet, trying to force air back into my lungs. He entered the kitchen. Not bruised, not limping, not even breathing hard. Just watching me. But something flickered behind his eyes. A twitch, small, fast, like someone pulling on a string inside him. Stay back, I said, raising the gun a little higher. He didn't stop. His lips moved like he was trying to form a word and couldn't. His jaw clenched, then unclenched, like two different instincts were fighting for control. Another step. Don't do this. Whatever's happening, stop. His head jerked once, hard, like he'd been yanked, and for a split second, a single, terrible moment, I saw him, my partner. Not the thing using him, not the wrongness in his posture. Him. His eyes widened, panic slicing through the blank stare. His chest hitched like he was trying to suck in a breath. His hand twitched sharply at his side. He looked at me. Really looked at me.
Please,
he choked, voice trembling like he was speaking through a mouth that wasn't his.
I can't stop it.
His fingers clawed at his own throat, like he was trying to tear something off from the inside.
Shoot!
He gasped, panic exploding in his expression.
Shoot me now!
Then his face collapsed into stillness. His arm dropped back to his side. His posture straightened. And when he looked up again, my partner was gone. The thing behind his eyes wasn't hiding anymore. He stepped forward, slow and confident, like the plea had never happened. A cold pressure flooded the room, like the air thickened around me. He lifted his hand, not to strike, not to grab, but to offer it, palm open, as if inviting me to join him. My fingers tightened on the trigger. I'm sorry, I said, barely audible. Nothing human answered. He lunged, and I fired. I don't remember hitting the floor afterward, or the way my hands wouldn't stop shaking, or the high-pitched ringing in my ears that made everything sound underwater. What I do remember is screaming for backup. I remember forcing myself out of that house, stumbling, coughing, blood on my uniform that wasn't mine, grabbing my radio with fingers that barely worked. Officer down! Shots fired! I shot my partner. My voice cracked. Send everyone. The rest comes in pieces. Red and blue lights flooding the lawn. Boots pounding up the steps. My supervisor shouting my name. Someone taking my gun out of my hand before I even realized I was still holding it. Hands on my shoulders. Voices asking if I was hit. If I could hear them. If I needed EMS. I couldn't answer any of them. I just kept staring at the open front door. At the dark inside. At what I knew was lying on that kitchen floor. When we got back to the precinct, I was brought into an interrogation room. Everyone was there. Lieutenant, sergeant, captain, everyone. They began to question me about the night. They wanted a rundown of everything that took place, from the moment we got the call to the moment backup arrived after I shot my partner. I once again left nothing out. Old woman, the bell, footsteps, my partner and I separating, the return to the house, the other dead officer, the struggle with my partner, the gunshot. From their perspective, I sounded crazy. I'm sure of it. The body cam footage would be my only saving grace. My supervisor chimed in.
We have the footage from your initial call. Would you like to see it?
I would. A laptop was brought in and set on the table. They began to play the footage. Everything was exactly how I said. We reached the point where my partner went upstairs. He begins to ascend the staircase. Slowly, calm. He reaches the top landing. He sweeps the hallway with his flashlight and begins to approach an open bedroom door. As soon as he steps foot in that bedroom, something happened. He shouted,
Police, don't fucking move!
The room was empty. There was no one else in the frame. But there was my partner, gun drawn, aiming down the sights, giving commands. Partner, you good? I heard my voice, faint, coming from downstairs. My partner screamed. The shadows in the room began to shift, but still, no one else was present. Shots were fired, and my partner fell to the ground. His body cam fell to the floor. My partner was seen in the corner of the frame, frantically trying to regain his composure, and then suddenly he sat up straight. He grabbed his camera and he stood up and exited the room. Our conversation about the shadows playing tricks on him can be heard in the last few seconds of the footage. The laptop was closed and the silence in the room was deafening. I was told to go home and that the investigation would continue over the course of the next few days. I'm home now, writing this, because I don't know what else to do. And every time I blink, I see his face, not the thing wearing him, but the moment he came back, the moment he begged me. I keep telling myself I saved him. The shadows on my bedroom wall keep getting longer, and I swear they're waiting for me to turn off the light. I'm not sure how this investigation will end, but I know one thing for certain. Whatever happened in that house, whatever was in that house, it's not gone. It's waiting. If you are based in the UK and would like to enjoy freshly batch roasted coffee delivered to your door, visit vitalcoffee.co.uk and use the coupon code mrfreakystory to get 10% off from all products. I will leave a link in the description below.